It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso, and we're about to open the lines for another environmental exploration. You might hear them calling to one another in your garden while you sleep and get a little bit frustrated by that. You may even encounter them on your picnic where there's a body of fresh water. You'll surely find a frog. There is so much ground to cover when it comes to these incredible creatures. And here to take us through all of it is Luke Bax, Environmental Control Officer. Awesome to see you again. We had such a cool reaction to our last discussion about snakes. So we continue on that reptile trend, but now go amphibious with our frogs. Incredible little creatures. Take us back to the beginning, because they've been around for a while, yeah?
Yeah, they've been around for a year or two. Frogs pretty much have been around for 350 million years. They're one of the they're one of the oldest families that you get. So amphibians in general is broken up into three families. You've got your frogs, your salamanders, your newts, and then your weird little creatures called caecilians, which we don't get the salamanders, newts, or caecilians in South Africa, but we do get lots of frogs, and they form under the order Anura. So then it's broken up into toads and frogs.
I love it. Now, if you've got an awesome picture or a video, we played a little game of Stump Luke last week. So if you've got a species of frog or a toad that you'd like to show us, please give us a shout, chat to us, or especially if you've got any questions. Now, I think one thing about amphibians, especially frogs, is they become almost a litmus test for how the environment is doing in a particular area.
Yeah, so frogs, we use them in nature conservation. We use frogs as bioindicators. So what that means is if we're working in wetlands or flares, if the flares deteriorated, the quality of the water's deteriorated, I mean, that looks pretty pristine.
Yeah.
But if the flare is deteriorated, we slowly start to lose your more sensitive frog species. And in the end, if the flare completely goes, or the body of water, you lose the frogs in general. And it's a very, very clear indicator on the quality of water and the quality of the environments in that area.
And with us, putting so much attention into reclaiming or kind of rejuvenating natural areas in South Africa, that becomes a wonderful tool. What sets amphibians apart? What is it about them that makes them different and stand out as a species?
So one of the very especially as a bioindicator, what they do is they absorb a lot of the nutrients, a lot of the water through their skin. It's very sensitive to that particular change. I mean, you've got frogs that live both on land and water. Some frogs, like your clicking stream frog, doesn't even spend any time near the water, but only comes back to breed. Where you've got other frogs like your platanas that are completely aquatic, and they never leave the water.
Do they need the water? Is it essential for their survival?
Yes, I mean, frogs, in the most part, need to stay damp. You'll never find them in particularly dry areas. So the deserts, unless you've got you've got a Namakwa desert frog and your desert rain frogs, that they only come out of the sand during rains. So all frogs pretty much need the water to breed.
I love that, man. 08391333728 if you'd like to pose any questions, ask any conundrums to us. I love the fact that we see them adapting to so many different environments for something that is so responsive to its environment. That I think that, by virtue of the fact that they've stuck around for 350 million years, they are survivors by nature. What do you love about specifically frogs out of that amphibian species?
I mean, for me, there's frogs, the variety. You get frogs that are as big as your fingernail to frogs that, the West African Goliath frog weighs 3 kilograms.
What?
And yeah, so it's,
That's the size of a small baby.
Yeah, so you sit in your hands, it's just that massive variety, and just that interest comes from just the change, the change in species, and also the different varieties within species. So you get your painted reed frogs, for instance, that have just these massive color variations from just compared where they found the different climates, the different habitats. They change to fit in with where they are.
I love it. Well, we're going to find out now from Walter from Atlantis. Very good morning, Walter. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm fine, sir. I just want to find out about the small frog I see here. I'm fine, thank you, sir.
Good, man. Pose that question again, man, yeah?
I just want to find out, I saw a small frog, a black and white frog. I just want to find out if it's poison or poisonous.
Okay, a small black and white frog. What could it possibly be?
That could be one of your reed frogs. But in South Africa, we don't have any of your poisonous frogs. There are some frogs, your toads, are slightly toxic.
Okay.
They release toxins from their parotid glands behind their heads. So there we go. There we go. That's your painted reed frog.
Nice, man.
Oh, but I was a little bit scared of that type of frog. So.
Okay, so we can put that to rest. There are no poisonous frogs in South Africa. A toad, obviously the slightly larger version, does excrete a very bitter tasting, I would imagine, quite a dangerous substance, but it's not going to kill you.
It's quite a, yeah, so there we go. So your parotid glands are these big things behind the head. And they release, it's quite a milky substance in most of the times I've experienced it. And it's quite toxic to your pets. But to humans, unless you go around licking frogs, it's not really going to have an effect on you.
And we've all seen, unfortunately, too many documentaries of guys travelling through the Amazon where they're licking psychedelic frogs to join some tribe or something like that. You're not going to get that hallucinogenic effect from a South African frog. But I love the fact that we've got so many beautiful, unique species. Luke, thank you so much. Stick around, sir. We're going to make this a three-part discussion because there is so much ground to cover. 08391333728. That's the number to dial if you've got any questions or comments to make at this stage. So...